In this lecture, we are going to learn how to create an image that involves a graphical desktop environment. This is of course part of our lecture called Applied Yocto Project using Raspberry Pi 5. This is going to be a short lecture as the integration of the graphical desktop environment is quite easy with the Yocto project. We will be simply using what's available. As you recall, we have our core image minimal, but this is only a simple image that includes a console, so we would like to extend it to create graphical desktop. In this example, we will be using the XFCE desktop since it is already available. So let us begin. First, let us explore what is inside this Meta Open Embedded. And I already know that there is a layer dedicated to XFCE support. So first, let us check what kind of layer dependency it has. As you can see, it depends on a lot of layers. So we will first need to add these layers in our local conf. Alright, let's go to our, in our BV layers conf. So we are in our BV layers and I will be adding these. We have GNOME support needed. We have networking support needed. What else? GNOME, networking, MetaPython, multimedia, alright. MetaPython. Multimedia, we already had this, let's delete that one. Okay, I think we have covered all of the dependencies, so we will add our XFCE layer. On top, what we need to do is we need to simply add sort of the package group defined under this Meta XFCE. So let's try to find it. Alright, let's find under this one XFCE. And we have two recipes. So we have package group XFCE base and package group XFCE extended. As you can see, I think let us start from the XFCE base. I don't think we need any feature that this extended has. So first, what we need to do is go to our local conf again and add these image installs. So image install append equals package group XFCE base, and also we need to add this X11 support. So for this one we will type in package group core X11, and since we want to add this X11 support, we can also define the distro features. So in this case we will type in distro features append equals space X11. Alright, so these are the basics that we would like to do. Now we will take a build and we will see if this succeeds, and we will check the output to see if we made any mistake. So let us start the build and check the status. As you can see, I am using the core image minimal still. I'm not giving any other recipe. I don't need it because I would like to extend on this one. And since I have already added the XFCE support from the local conf, I don't need to give any other recipe. I can simply use my own. So I will do this one. And let's check if the build starts, and if the build is started completely, then I will see you when it finishes, because I expect it to take some time. Alright, so the image build has been completed. Then I simply flashed the SD card image and booted the board, and I couldn't see anything on the screen, so I started digging this error, and simply if I execute this start X command, which is usually how you start the graphical user interface, there is a problem about simply not finding any display, not finding any screen. And then I have simply searched this error, and I found that we need some sort of configuration to the Xorg or X server to simply add this compatibility with the display driver that Raspberry Pi uses. So what we will have to do, as I've learned, we will be creating a recipe file. Okay, so let's go to our MetaMouse and let's create this file actually, and let's say that it should be inside this recipes BSB. So let's create the folder and let's say xorg vc4 config, and let's have a files directory, and inside let's have a recipe vc4 config. Alright, so inside the files directory, let's create a configuration, and as I've learned, this configuration for the Xorg should be named with this 99 vc4.conf. So this is the highest priority with the 99, and then I'm copying this mode setting content from my other screen and pasting it. Apparently this is the sort of configuration that we must have, and this is simply some input or some information from online, so nothing else basically. I don't have also some information about this. We will be trying it. Alright, so all we have to do is now simply deploy this file. So let us go ahead and simply fill in our recipe here. First, what we want to have is a summary. We can keep it short. We can say deploys X11 configuration, and then let's skip the license part. Let's add our file. Let's add our source directory, which will be simply web directory itself, and let's add an install. So the X11 configuration should be simply put in this directory. We start from the destination, we go etc x11, we go xorg.conf.d. This is the folder that contains the configuration files simply, and X11 processes these files. And let's simply copy our file. And also let's add a statement for the packaging of the files. And I think we are all good, so all we have to do is add this to our local conf now and rerun the image recipe simply. So after building, I also get the same issue, but I think we are progressing. There is one more thing that I would like to try. Uh, in one of the forums, they basically said that this driver BC4 KMS V3D is not compatible, let's say, but we have the option to try with the fake KMS driver. So in order to do that, I am going to copy this and simply paste it in our local conf, and then change it to fake KMS driver as such, and we will see that we will check if it works basically. And I'm using this equals sign instead of question mark equals in order to override it. So let's give it one more go, fingers crossed. Alright, so after these modifications I was able to get a successful build, and I was able to actually create this distro that is running desktop manager, which is based on XFCE. You are simply seeing the board booting as we speak, and it is booting XFCE desktop. We had to do simple configuration. We have learned that this KMS driver out of the box doesn't work with the X11, so we had to simply use this fake KMS driver from the community. That was one point, and the second point was we made this kernel mode setting configuration, and we deployed it to the X11 configuration directory basically. And as you can see, we have been successful in creating this desktop image. And with that being said, thank you very much for your attention. I hope this was helpful, and I'm sorry a few cuts that I had to make because I had to search for a solution, and I didn't want to bore you with finding the solution, as it might take a long time, but at the end I know the solution and you know the solution, so it worked out. Alright, thank you very much for your attention, and I will hear you in the next lecture.